Hello everyone and welcome aboard the home of the Hype Train and its dedicated football team, Hype Train FC. The 2021-22 season is 8 weeks old, having started in September, with the team's Saturday League season and the East Berkshire Football League delayed, with ourselves and Stoke Poachers going through the process of a special general meeting, an SGM, 2 months into the season, as both clubs argued their cases of what division we should be both placed in, with the majority of clubs ultimately deciding to put both clubs in the top league, the Premier Division. After this draining process, we finally took to the field on Saturdays again on the 30th of October of 2021, with our first game of the season seeing the team take the trip out to Slough to take on Pundit FC at the Cherry Orchard, with 8 of the teams already deep into their seasons, meaning that we're going to be playing catch-up for the remainder of the campaign. Wearing our green strip from Kitlocker for the occasion, we had Ben Parkhurst in goal in what was ultimately a 5-3-2 formation. Ahead of Parkhurst in goal, we had Danny Basden and Sam Padden occupying wing-back roles for the club, whilst Vincent van Lembergen, the club's captain, was joined by Robert Austin and Joe Sawyer in the heart of the defence. Ross Elliott and Chris Marshall were holding in the middle of the park, whilst Paul Hatfield was playing a free attacking role in support of Leon Mannion and Phil Newport in attack for the team. We had 2 substitutes available for the game as well against Pundit, with Abs Razor and Ash Ali both on hand for the team. Ahead of kickoff, if you follow the team, don't forget to hit the like button as well as subscribing to the channel for more action from the train, and you can also find out more about the club by visiting our main website, hypetrainfc.com, and by visiting our parent website over at thehypetrain.co.uk for more from the Hype Train. Our first point of call is a corner kick for Pundit, going from left to right in yellow. The corner comes in, it's defended well, there's a man at the edge of the box, he takes a pot shot from range and it's wide of the mark to the left. Pundits had a quick start to the game and they won back possession of the ball. They look to counter down their right hand side, but there's a clearance, it falls in between a Pundit player and Phil. Phil picks up the ball and feeds in Leon. Leon squared up against the defender, takes it past him, he runs into the penalty area, but their defender makes a good tackle for a corner. Said corner didn't come to anything and it was cleared out for a throw in, and now the throw comes in, it's headed back and then by a Pundit's player. Chris Marshall chests it down and takes a shot, but there's a block and Pundits are able to clear their lines. Said counter-attack leads into a chance for Pundit to open the scoring, and there's some hot potato which starts it off in the middle of the park. The number 9 tries to squeeze in a through ball, but there's a clearance before Pundits again play hot potato with a through ball via their head. With one of their forward players running on, he takes a speculative shot and it's not too far wide of Ben's right post. We're looking to absorb a lot of pressure from Pundits going forward, and we do that just here as we pick up a loose pass. The ball's into midfield with Phil again, and he's able to win the ball back at the second time of asking. Ross Elliott picks up the ball and finds Paul Hatfield. Paul takes a speculative shot from range, he sees the keeper off his line and it's just over. Hatfield's long shot wasn't the only chance, and as you're about to see here at the end of this sequence, there's another opportunity. Chris Marshall plays a nice 1-2 in midfield with Joe, as we're looking to get some type of command on the game here. We're playing a nice little triangle around Pundits, but eventually the pass is loose. We do win the ball back when Vince makes a good interception before the ball is fed down the line to Sam Padden. Pads looks up and plays it into Phil down the line again, back into Pads again. Pads eventually feeds Leon to his feet. Leon looks up, he sets Paul again. This time Paul gets closer, he forces a save from the keeper, and we manage a corner. Several corners later, we've got a set piece for Paul Hatfield over the ball again on the right hand side. He looking to dink one into the back post, and on command is captain Vince. He heads the ball in, but it's a comfortable save for the Pundit keeper. We're a few chances deep into the first half and another one presents itself here as Pundit give away the ball in the middle of the park. Leon runs onto the ball and he's got Paul in support. Leon decides that he's going to take him on himself. He jinks it to the right hand side and he forces a save from the keeper. Despite no goals, it's been an end-to-end first half still, and this time Pundits have an opportunity here. They play a good through ball through our defensive line here as they now stand up our defence. The ball is cut back in and they're looking to get a shot off. We keep our lines well, we're doing well to usher them, and we force the shot wide of the mark. Good defending. We then have a completely bizarre moment in the game where number 13 Chris Marshall is sin-binned. The referee Saj Hussein pulls Chris over because after we concede a free kick, Chris says don't worry, the referee's not going to give anything, we know he's not good. There wasn't any foul language involved or anything of that manner, but eventually after a long conversation the referee books Chris, he gives him a sin bin, and it's probably the lightest ever yellow card you're going to see on a football pitch. Down to 10 temporarily though, we didn't have to worry about the free kick as it's soft and into Ben's hands. Danny Basden now stands over a dead ball and he pings out a ball just before the edge of the penalty area. We keep the ball in play here, but pundits pick it up. They're looking to work their right hand side again, but as you're about to see again, there's another loose giveaway in the middle of the park. Leon picks up the ball, he's gone a bit deeper with Chris off the pitch. He eventually looks up, he finds Paul Hatfield again. Paul gets onto his stronger right foot, he takes another shot from range, and this time it's not too far wide again. Down their right hand side, pundits are looking for more pressure on the team, and we've got a very deep defensive line in the middle of our own half. Their number 9 decides that he's going to run through. He takes it past 2 or 3 before the loose ball falls out to one of their midfielders. He sets up a shot from range and it's not going to trouble Ben in goal. Shots from range in the first half are order of the day here, and we've got some time here with Ross feeding Leon down the left hand side. We look up and Paul Hatfield picks up the ball again. This time he takes a shot with his left and it's blocked away, and the goalkeeper manages to collect with Phil bearing down on him. Liking their right hand side, pundits are looking to force some more pressure as they are slowly building up the play. They're looking for the right time, the right pass and the right movement here, and it eventually comes off for them as their right back speeds into the penalty area. He takes a shot but bends out at his near post to make a good save. The game went in at half-time at 0-0, and pundits were the first team to really put some pressure on the goal, and it looked like that they were going to take the lead early on as they're mounting some pressure through the pitch. They eventually worked their way out of midfield into the left-hand side with their left winger, who was a speedster, winning the ball. He glides into the penalty areas, we've got men covering. He eventually looks up, he doesn't look out for his man, he takes a shot and Ben makes a save. Though we didn't have to wait long for the first goal of the game, and it comes from a throw when pundits deliver a ball into the back post. Sam Padden isn't the first to reach the ball as their right back Drew wins the header. He scores the first goal of the game, giving pundits a good lead, and as you're about to see here, he does a little celebration in front of the camera. A 1-0 lead established for the home team, and we're slowly trying to get into gear ourselves, but it gives pundits a few opportunities to add to their lead. As you see here, there's some nice interplay in the penalty area again as they're exploiting space, but Ben makes another comfortable save at his near post. Working their right channel again, there's a loose touch by pundits goal scorer with Abs picking up the ball. Myself, Rob, drives into midfield a little bit before I play in Phil. Phil outstretches a foot before the ball eventually falls out to Leon. Leon's got the defender on their back peg. He turns into his left, takes a shot from range, and it's a warm-up for what's to come. From the resulting pundit goal kick, it goes into the opposition half. The pundit number 9 has his hands in my back and we win a free kick. From the resulting free kick, I stand over the ball and I deliver a deep ball to the edge of the box. Leon flicks on, it goes straight to Phil. It's a first time volley into the top bins of the net. It's our first goal on our Saturday League season.
Yes! Yeah! Yeah! Go on,
With some of our own confidence established, we eventually get up the pitch more as the second half goes on, and the ball heals now with Sam Padden and it's into Leon's feet eventually. Leon waits for the run of Abs on the left wing before playing him in. Abs skins his defender alive and he's got a chance to cross the ball or shoot. He goes for the shot, he should have gone for the pass. Just minutes later, midway through the second half, the turnaround eventually was complete, and it all starts when pundits have a possession down the left-hand side. They do eventually give another loose pass into our own team with Danny Baston picking up the ball. He finds Phil Newport, who then picks out Leon. Leon's got time and space to turn into, but there's too many pundits defenders. Ross Elliott picks up the ball, dinks in Phil Newport. Phil then plays in Leon, who strides in at goal. He takes one touch and a second before placing the ball through the pundit keeper's legs, giving the team a 2-1 lead.
Well done, mate. Men on left hand shoulder. Go on, Leon.
Looking for the elusive third goal to potentially kill off the game here. There's a dead ball that goes into midfield. Chris Marshall is putting some pressure on the number 7, forcing a block. Abs is putting on some pressure of his own, with Pundit still looking to play some nice football in midfield. There is an eventual giveaway though, with Phil Newport hot on action to win back the ball. He takes a touch to set. He does a shot from range, and the rocket is just over. Now it's time for Pundit to have a shot of their own, and they're working the ball in midfield. They're trying to play some nice stuff through us, even though we've got a tight defensive line here. The ball eventually does break to one of their wide men, who takes a speculative shot, but it veers wide. The squeeze is on for the home team as Pundits look to get into the penalty area. Their left winger, who switched flanks for now, cuts into the box. Chris Marshall gets a good toe on the ball, but their player is appealing for a penalty. Saj Hussein in the middle tells him to get up, but Pundits keep possession of the ball. They eventually work it left here as there's some more patient build-up play from the hosts. Eventually their number 7 picks the ball up again, and he's taking it past one and then a second before unleashing a shot, but it's saved well by Ben in goal. You're now about to witness a commentator's nightmare as myself, Rob, is involved in this next action as Pundits are about to win a penalty here. There's some nice patient build-up play with Pundits working the middle of the park. It eventually finds itself out to the number 7 who takes a speculative shot. It bobbles in front of Ben with the goalkeeper unable to clear. Their number 9 is looking to win possession of the ball. He backs into myself as I'm covering the line, but the referee gives a penalty and there's a lot of protest from myself. I think it goes over a bit easy. And the resulting penalty kick is fired into the roof of the net, not giving Ben a chance, and Pundits have levelled the game at 2 apiece. Back on the attack, the team in green are looking to apply more pressure for Pundits. Leon here does well to pick out Abs. He's onside as he's fed through. He takes a first time shot that rattles off the bar. An attack breaks down now with Pundits picking up the ball in their own defensive third. Ash Ali's putting some pressure on to make sure that they can't clear their lines. Ash does well to ping and a pass into midfield. Ross Elliott then plays Chris Marshall in midfield. Chris is on the turn and fires in a shot, and on another day you never know. We then have another play in midfield here where Ash Ali picks up Paul Hatfield. Paul does well to drive into the half and he's dragged down for a set piece. From that set piece, Hatfield stands over the ball here and he's looking to deliver in a nice ball into the back post. Phil Newport is on hand to flick towards goal and the goalkeeper makes a save, and that was the moment we could have won it. There was one final opportunity to potentially take the lead in the game, and it starts when we win possession deep. The ball is fed into Paul here as then he feeds in Abs. Abs has a lot of time and he turns infield. He passes through with Leon. Leon squaring up against one of the defenders here. And there's some tired legs going on as the defender and Leon are duelling. Leon though finally gets onto a shot on his left hand side and it's saved. After a back and forth game of attack versus defence for both teams with several chances missed for the team on the day, we ultimately had to settle for a 2-2 draw in an entertaining clash nonetheless, taking points off the team in second place in the table, meaning we've earned a respectable point to start our EBFL Premier Division campaign. And it's also a massively encouraging point for the team as we were struggling to get our Saturday seasons off the ground. Next up for the team, directly after the Pundit game, we had our Sunday League clash against RG6 cancelled due to the opposing team not having enough players on hand, which means we focus again next week on the EBFL Premier Division as we host Iverheath FC in our first home league outing on Saturdays, against what is 2 sets of players that are well acquainted with one another. Until next time, believe the hype.